Welcome everybody to your morning routine, or perhaps your daily routine, depending on when you get it done. This is your 1% investment on a daily basis in your joint health and mobility. And the way that we're going to do it is through CARs, or controlled articular rotations. Now, a few things about CARs in general. First, we never want to push into pain. That doesn't mean don't move, it just means make your workspace or your movement pattern a little smaller. 2, really try to isolate or disassociate the joint that you're moving, which means try not to compensate with other parts of the body. Lastly, remember to irradiate. I'll definitely be sure to guide you through setting up irradiation at the beginning of each movement, and I'll try to give you little cues along the way to help you remember to keep that tension. Now, as we go through the entire movement today from head to toe, try to follow along as best you can. If there's an area of the body that doesn't feel like you quite get it, take some time and go check out our CARs resources section, which will have individualized CARs breakdowns to allow you to practice just that joint of interest. All right, let's go ahead and get started, everybody. Now we're going to take a breath, pack air in the lower abdomen. We're going to work that tension down so our toes are lightly clenching into the floor, work it up the torso, out the arms, down into the hands, squeezing the fist, or perhaps you're going to hold tennis balls and squeeze those. Beginning with the neck, we're going to round the neck, bringing the chin down towards the chest. Slide our chin along the right collarbone over to the right armpit. Peek over the right shoulder, dropping the head back. Draw a line across the ceiling, over to the left side, peeking over the left shoulder, chin to armpit. Slide it back to center, change direction. Slide it to the left, peek over the left shoulder, dropping the head back. Draw a line across the ceiling, peeking over the right shoulder, chin to your right armpit, back to center. And slowly up one vertebrae at a time. We'll go round number 2, this time from the side. Take a breath, pack air in the lower abdomen, work it down to your toes, up your torso, into your hands. Begin with rounding the neck, chin to chest. Slide it along your right collarbone to your right armpit, peek over the right shoulder, dropping the head back. Draw a line across the ceiling, over to the left, peeking over the left shoulder, chin to your left armpit, back to center, change direction. Over to your left armpit, drop the head back, draw a line across the ceiling, peeking over your right shoulder, chin to your right armpit, back to center, and slowly up one vertebrae at a time. Very good. We'll do our scapula, just our basic foundational movement. Hands will be on the thighs. Our goal is to keep the arms straight and our hands on the side. So try not to let them come front, back, or off. Again, I'll start facing you. Take a breath. Pack air in the lower abdomen, work it down to the toes, up the torso, pressing lightly our hands into the thighs. We're going to begin by bringing the shoulders forward, sliding them up, pulling them back, sliding them down, back to the front, up where we started, change direction, slide them down, pull them back, slide them up, back to the front, back to shoulder height, and retract back to starting position. Round number 2, take a breath. Air in the lower abdomen, down to the toes, up the torso, out the arms, down, pressing hands into the thighs. Take a breath, bring the shoulders forward, slide them up, pull them back, slide them down, back underneath, up to where we started, change direction, slide them down, pull them back, raise them up, back forward, back to starting height, and retract back. Very good. All right, we're going to do our T-spine CARs, or thoracic spine CARs. For this one, we're going to have the hands across the chest. You can either hold on to the shoulders or you can come in a little bit closer to your neck, whatever's comfortable for you. Now remember, with thoracic spine CARs, the neck stays stationary. So we're acting as if we're standing against a wall, peeling the shoulders forward to get started in our flexion. Take a breath, pack air in the lower abdomen, work it down to the toes, up the torso, gently pressing the fingertips into your shoulders or closer to your neck. Begin by bringing the shoulders forward, making sure the hips stay stationary down into flexion. When you hit your end range, pause. We're going to rotate to the right, hips stay forward. When you hit your end range, we're going to drop the right shoulder into lateral flexion, coming up into extension, around to the left side, dipping the left shoulder, rotating the elbows to the left as if we're putting them on a little hula hoop, back to the front, change direction, rotate to the left, dip the left shoulder, up into extension, around to the right, dipping the right shoulder, rotate those elbows to the right, back to center, and up one vertebrae at a time. From the side, take a breath. Pack air in your lower abdomen, work that tension to your toes, up the torso, into your fingertips. beginning by peeling the shoulders forward like you're peeling them off of a wall. Hit your end range, rotate to the right, dip the right shoulder, coming up into extension, driving the shoulders back, dipping the left shoulder, rotate the elbows to the left like you're putting them on a hula hoop, back to center, change direction, rotate to the left, dip the left shoulder down, up into extension, around to the right, dipping the right shoulder, rotate to the right, slide it back to center, and up one vertebrae at a time. Very good. Now we're gonna do shoulders. I'm gonna go down onto my knee. Feel free to stand. If you're standing, you'll make a fist with one hand. Your other arm will be straight with your palm facing forward, fingers lightly together. From the kneeling position, I'm gonna start with my right arm. Left knee is in front. I'm gonna press my left hand into my knee to help me irradiate on that same side. Serves the same purpose as squeezing the hand. Right arm is straight, palm faces forward, fingers lightly together. Take a breath. Create tension, work it down to your toes, up the torso, squeezing that left hand or driving that palm down. We're gonna bring the entire right arm across the body, palm to the ceiling. Bicep comes past the nose, up into your current range of flexion. We're gonna pause, rotate the arm around, continuing to reach back, rotating until the thumb faces backwards, back of the hand by the thigh. We'll take it straight back in extension, pause, rotate the arm all the way around, bringing it up, palm faces the head at the top, bicep goes past the nose, palm to the ceiling, and back down. Let's go round number 2, take a breath. Good tension across the body, arm comes across, palm to the ceiling, bicep goes past the nose, up into your current range of flexion. We'll pause, rotate the arm all the way around, reaching back, rotating until the thumb faces backwards, back of the hand by the thigh. Take it straight back in extension, pause, rotate the arm around, bringing it up, palm faces the head at the top, bicep goes past the nose, palm to the ceiling, and back down. Very good, everybody. All right, changing sides. Again, if you're standing, make a fist with your right hand. Left arm will be straight, palm faces forward, fingers lightly together. If you're kneeling, I'm just gonna press my right hand into my knee. That's gonna help me irradiate on the right side. Let's take a breath. Pack air in your lower abdomen, work it down to the floor, up the torso, down into your right hand, or pressing the right palm down. Left arm is straight, palm faces forward, fingers lightly together. We're gonna bring the left arm across the body, palm to the ceiling. Bicep goes past the nose into your current range of flexion. We'll pause, rotate the shoulder all the way around, rotating until the thumb faces backwards, back of the hand by the thigh. We'll take it straight back and pause, rotate the arm around, bringing it back up, palm faces the head at the top, bicep goes past the nose, palm to the ceiling, and back down. Take a breath. Tension across the body, bring the arm across, palm to the ceiling, bicep goes past the nose in your current range of flexion, pause, rotate the arm around, rotating, reaching back, carving out some space until the thumb faces backwards, back of the hand by the thigh. Take it straight back and pause, rotate the arm around, bringing it up, palm faces the head at the top, bicep goes past the nose, palm to the ceiling, and back down. Very good. All right, we'll do our elbows. Elbows at the rib cage, palms up. We're gonna bring it up into a bicep curl, fingers lightly together, thumbs rotated out. Now on this one, the key is keeping the elbows close and keeping tension through the entire movement in your biceps on both arms. So bicep curl, fingers together, thumbs rotated out. Take a breath, pack air in the lower abdomen, work it down to your toes, up the torso, really squeezing that curl. First movement, thumbs come over the top, palms face somewhat forward. We're gonna drive the hands down, maintaining tension in the bicep, elbows close. At the bottom, we're gonna open the palms, pulling it back in. When you get as high as you can in your curl, simply change direction, driving the back of the palms down. At the bottom, thumb comes over the top, pull it back in, rotate those thumbs back out. Let's go again. Thumbs come over the top, drive the hands down. When you get to full extension, open the palms at the bottom, pull them in, change direction at the top, pushing the back of the palms down, thumbs back over the top, pull it back up, and rotate those thumbs back out and shake it out. All right, we're gonna do our wrists. We're gonna do one wrist at a time. I'm gonna have you take your right elbow slightly in front of your rib cage, take your left hand, placing it on your little elbow knob, your funny bone if you wanna think of it that way. From here, our goal is to keep the wrist upright. So we're gonna flex the hand up, we're gonna move it into a position that comes across the body. We'll then show the world our palm, back parallel to the floor to the outside, back up where we start, and we'll go 2 rounds back to back. Take a breath. Pack air in your lower abdomen, work it down to your toes, up your torso, elbow close, using that finger as a guide to make sure that the arm isn't moving. We're going to start by flexing the hand towards the face. We're then going to bring the hand and palm towards the center, parallel to the floor. We're going to scoop it down, showing the world our palm. Scoop it to the outside, parallel to the floor, back up, change direction. To the outside, scoop it down, scoop it in, and back up. Let's go again. To the inside, scoop it down, showing the world our palm. To the outside, parallel to the floor, back where we started, change direction. To the outside, scoop it down, scoop it in, and back up. Very good. Shake it out. Let's do the other side. Left elbow slightly in front of the rib cage. Take your right fingers touching into your funny bone to make sure your arm is not moving. Palm is flat. Fingers are lightly together. We're going to flex the hand towards the face. First movement, fingers and palms come towards the center of the body. Scooping it down to the outside, parallel to the floor, back up, change direction. To the outside, scoop it down, scoop it in and back up. Let's go one more time. To the inside, scoop it down, scoop it to the outside, back up. One more time. To the outside, scoop it down, scoop it in, and back up. Very good. Okay, we're going to do our hips next. We're going to do them from a standing position. So if you'd like to grab a pole, go ahead and do that. Now, if the standing position is a little too intense for you right now, definitely check out the CARS resources. In that video, I talk about a variety of different positions that you personally can perform CARS for your hips that range in terms of intensity from very basic up to standing, okay? All right, now we're gonna start with our right leg. So I'm gonna have my pole in my left hand. I'm going to focus on driving that pole into the floor to help me radiate on the left side. We're going to be focusing on the right leg. Leg starts slightly in front of the left. We're going to take a breath, pack air in the lower abdomen, work it down to that left foot, bring it up, driving the pole into the floor, squeezing your right arm. Slowly bring the right leg across, an adduction. Start to raise it up, externally rotating the leg as we come up, vertically orient the shin, try to pull higher. We're now going to open the hip to the outside in abduction, making sure the pelvis stays forward. When you hit your end range, we're then going to internally rotate the hip, driving it back, bringing it into adduction, slowly bringing these together. We're now going to drive the foot back, take it to the outside as high as we can in abduction, start to externally rotate, bringing the knee towards the shoulder, around to the front, externally rotate the hip, reaching for your pole until the leg is fully extended, and back across. Very good. I'll do it from the side. Take a breath. Pack air in the lower abdomen. Work it down towards your left foot. Drive the pole into the floor. Squeeze the hand on the right side. Right leg comes across, an adduction. Sliding it up. Externally rotating the higher we get. Vertically orienting the shin, pulling the knee higher. Taking the hip out to the outside, an abduction, making sure the pelvis stays forward. Internally rotating the hip, driving it back into extension and bringing knee by knee. Drive the foot back, bring it out to the side in abduction, externally rotate the hip, driving the knee towards the shoulder, bringing it around in front, externally rotating, reaching for your pole, extending the leg down and back across. Very good. We'll do the left side. Take a breath, pack air in the lower abdomen, work it down to your right foot, driving the pole down in your right hand, perhaps squeezing the left fist. Left leg is straight. Bring it across an adduction towards the pole. Raise it up. Externally rotate as you get higher. Vertically orient the shin, driving the knee up. Open the hips in abduction, keeping the pelvis facing forward. Internally rotate, driving it back, bringing the knees around an adduction and back together. Drive the foot back in extension. Take it out to the side in abduction. Externally rotate, driving the knee towards the shoulder, around in front. Externally rotate, reaching across for your pole, lowering down to full extension and back across. Very good. We'll go from the side. Take a breath. Pack air in the lower abdomen, work it down to your right foot. Drive the right pole down, perhaps a fist with the left hand. Bring that left foot across in adduction, raising it up equidistant from the pole, externally rotating as high as we can. Vertically orient the shin, driving the knee up into flexion, opening the hip, keeping the pelvis facing forward. Internally rotate the hip, driving it back into an extended position, bringing knee by knee. Drive the foot back, bring it out to the side in abduction. Externally rotate, driving the knee towards the shoulder, around in front. Externally rotate, reaching for the pole, extending out, and back side by side. Very good. Okay, we'll do our knees. I'm gonna grab a couple of yoga blocks to sit on to do the knees. But feel free to do them from a chair, whatever works best for you. All right, first thing about knees, we need to block the hip and lock the ankle. We'll start with the right side. I'm gonna take my right hand behind my right knee. I'm gonna pull my feet or my foot with my toes up towards my shin so I feel tension through the calf. We wanna maintain that tension. From here, I'm gonna externally rotate. Take your left hand, put it beneath your kneecap. Make sure the kneecap is not moving, but the tissue beneath it is to the outside. All right, we're gonna externally rotate. We're gonna extend up, internally rotate, flex in, externally rotate, extend up, internally rotate, flex in, change direction. Extend up, externally rotate, flex in, internally rotate, extend up, externally rotate, flex in, internally rotate, and done. Perfect. All right, we'll go to the left side. Left hand behind the left knee. I'm gonna dorsiflex or pull the toes towards the shin, making sure there's tension here. I'm gonna place my right hand beneath the kneecap, rotating at the knee, feeling that tissue rotate out and rotate in. All right, we're gonna start by externally rotating, taking the tissue to the outside, extending up, internally rotating, flexing in, externally rotating, extending up, internally rotating, flexing in, change direction, extend up, externally rotate, flex in, internally rotate, extend up, externally rotate, flex in, internally rotate, and good. Okay, we're gonna do our ankles. Again, I'm gonna block the hip. I'm gonna have both hands behind the knee this time. This time the shin should stay nice and straight. I'm gonna point the toes in plantar flexion. I'm gonna bring it into inversion, big toe towards the face, to dorsiflexion, to eversion to the outside, back down, change direction, eversion, to dorsiflexion, to inversion, and back, change direction, inversion, dorsiflexion, eversion, to plantar flexion, change direction, eversion, dorsiflexion, inversion, and done. Very good. All right, we'll go to the left side. Both hands behind the left knee, pointing the foot towards the floor. We'll begin again, keeping the shin nice and stationary. Big toe comes towards the face in inversion, to dorsiflexion, to eversion, back down, eversion, to dorsiflexion, to inversion, and plantar flexion, change direction, inversion, dorsiflexion, eversion, plantar flexion, eversion, dorsiflexion, inversion, and done. All right, we're gonna do our toes. We'll stand up. First thing we're gonna do to warm up the toes is just lift all 10 toes. Be sure that you have connection between your heel, the ball of your foot, and the area beneath your pinky toe. All 10 toes up, all 10 toes down. All 10 toes up, all 10 toes down. All 10 toes up, all 10 toes down. Very good. All right, let's go big toes up, big toes down. Big toes up, big toes down, big toes up, big toes down. Other 4 toes up, 4 toes down, 4 toes up, 4 toes down, 4 toes up, 4 toes down. Very good. Now it gets a little tricky. Big toe left foot, little toes right and down. Little toes left, big toe right and down. Big toe right, little toes left and down. Little toes right, big toe left and down. Now we're just gonna splay. Lift the toes up, try to open them like you're trying to spread them apart like your fingers, and relax. Lift up and splay and relax. Lift up and splay and relax. Playing the piano. Lift all 10 toes up, reaching out the pinky toe, 4th toe, 3rd toe, 2nd toe, big toe, opposite direction. Big toe, 2nd toe, 3rd toe, 4th toe, pinky toe. Pinky toe, 4th toe, 3rd toe, 2nd toe, big toe. Big toe, 2nd toe, 3rd toe, 4th toe, pinky toe. pinky toe, fourth toe, third toe, second toe, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and pinky toe. Wonderful job today. I hope you have enjoyed working through the morning routine, or perhaps what you refer to as the daily routine. Now, there was a lot of coaching in this particular version of your daily and morning routine. Again, you can find individualized CARS videos in the CARS resources section. You can also find an additional morning routine where there isn't a whole lot of coaching, and it's really just working through the movements from head to toe.